Hi guys, I'm JJ. Welcome back to my channel. This is Budget by JJ. I am so excited to go ahead and get started on today's video. I hope everyone has had a wonderful March so far. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. It will really help me out. I'm so grateful to everyone who's already joined the fun over the past couple of months. Your support has been amazing. Today we are cash stuffing the first paycheck for March. And it is my birthday month, so I'm super excited because there's so many things that I have to update y'all on in this video. But we're gonna go ahead and start counting out this money because y'all know I am a talker. But those are kind of my favorite videos, is to hear people actually talk about their lives. It's probably one of the most enticing things about these cash stuffing videos is getting to know people and what their experience is like. So let's go ahead and start with the hundreds. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hundreds. Then we have the 50s. We only have 1, 2, and 3. 4 50s. Then we have the 20s. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 100. 2, 4, 6, 8, 200. 2, 4, 6, 8, 300 in 20s. We have one lone 10. And for 5s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for $30 worth of 5s. And then finally, we have the 1s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones that we're working with today. That will be a total of $1,700 that we are cash stuffing, which is really exciting. Okay, so as far as the budget is concerned, I've had to make a couple adjustments. The electric bill was paid early. It came out to like $112 and some change, but it actually was due like on a wonky day, like the 12th or something like that. So I just ended up paying that off early. And then the gas bill was due on the 7th, which is the day I'm recording this. Again, I don't have a set time when I post my videos, but I think from here on out, I'm gonna just guarantee you'll have a video out for me Sundays, which will be a little more easier for me because I do edit my videos. I do not like long pauses. I don't like dead silence. I don't like filler words for me. So in order for me to not cringe at my videos, I do spend some time to edit them. So that being said, you will not see me cash stuff the gas today. So let's go ahead and start with the rent, and I'll go ahead and go further breakdown of what's going on. So for rent today, we have $460. So we're gonna go 100, 200, 300, 400. We're gonna take 150, and then we're gonna take the lone 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 400, a 50, and a 10 for 460. This is the first half of April's rent. Okay, now we're gonna get into the utilities, which I started to ramble on at the beginning about. So because I was paying the electric off early, I had to borrow from the tax savings I had set aside. And you know, I wasn't perfect this last couple of weeks. I was kind of pushing the limits of my budget. You know, this is a still work in progress. We all have to give ourselves a little grace every now and then. So that being said, I owe myself back $20 that is going to go into the tax fund. So I'm going to set this aside for a second because when we get to the next binder, that's when I'll go ahead and stuff this. But what we are going to stuff is the internet. So that's $50. So what happened with the internet, which is so funny. So the internet was down, and you know, I'm a person that cannot survive without access to the internet. I'm paying too much. So the guy comes over, made an appointment because nothing was working. So they come over and he said that someone had cut the cords out back. Can you believe that? They cut the cords. So like everybody's internet was down because this crazy person, I don't know if it was the owner of the building, just went back in because he didn't like the aesthetics of what was going on with the lines out there. The guy ended up fixing it, replacing the cord, and now my internet is premium because I'm paying premium prices for the darn internet. Now we're going to tackle the debt. So we're going to have a little case of deja vu because a lot of these denominations are the same. Okay, but I have to be on the right page for that to happen. I always do that. I struggled with that one time already. Okay, because I was like, whoa, hold on, what's going on here? Okay, yes. So today we're going to tackle the Capital One. So we're going to do a minimum payment of $25 for the Capital One. So that's going to be 20 and a 5. And then we're going to pull another 20 and a 5 for the other Capital One card that I have due on the 28th. Then we're going to tackle the credit ones. So this credit one is due on the 13th, and this is $47. So we're going to go 2, 40, we're going to do a 5, 6, and 7, $47. And then for the next one, it's the same. This one was a little interesting because it was not the same last time. So, and when it was due, I think being due on the 13th threw me off for one of these payments. So again, sorry, 20, 40, 45, 46, 47. Okay, great. So even though this won't be in there that long, because you guys notice that I don't do any cash unstuffing, I don't do any condensing, because a lot of the money does come out and I just allocate it and then I put it right back where it belongs. For me, cash stuffing has really just been about taking control of understanding where my money is going, not tempting myself to spend, and really tackling this looming debt and the taxes. So this really has helped me stay organized and on track, even though I might have fallen off a little bit here and there by using credit cards. I'm just prolonging paying off the debt till later, but it's really given me a good idea of how my spending habits are. And I encourage anyone, even you fellas, if any man is watching this, go ahead and start this system so you can really see point blank your relationship with money, not just with your bills, just with money and your spending habits. You'll be much more better off for it, because this really has been a very therapeutic process. We are cash stuffing the personal, and I amped it up to 240 because this is me coming with the realization that I have been averaging about $30-$40 over my personal to begin with. I set it at $200, but the way I'm spending, it's actually more up to about $40 more than the $200. So rather than using credit cards, I have to be realistic about what's really happening with my spending, and this is me addressing that. So I've allocated $240 for my personal. And we did really good. Me and my partner, we actually ended up getting Costco, and we haven't eaten out all week. I did order pizza for dinner today because I had some extra cash, because I don't 100% cash my entire paycheck, okay? I set my limit, which is the $1,700, and with that $1,700, I should be able to take care of X, Y, and Z within that budget, right? We were able to at least have 10 meals, essentially, from cooking from home, and all less than what I had set aside for myself. So that's really good. So we spent the money, we got to Costco, and now this is me, because this is where my food budget comes out. This comes out of my personal, and it really is a good exercise in not overspending for frivolous things, because hey, this is the food you get to eat with as well, so don't go crazy. All right, so again, 200, 220, 240. And I think I actually will go to the bank tomorrow to deposit some of this cash, so that way I can just transfer it, zell it to my partner when we go ahead and do another Costco order this coming Sunday, which is the day you're probably gonna see this video, because we don't go into Costco. That's another thing. We tried it the first time when we got our membership. We walked around and we got a cart, and then we saw how chaotic it was, because if y'all don't know, New York City does not build out, they build up. So this is like a 2-story Costco, with the escalators, a big old elevator if you're going to take carts in. It's insane. It's totally insane how they do Costco out here. I come from Southern California originally, so I'm used to things being splayed out. But the Costco setup is not that way. So because of that, we just end up doing the order. So Instacart comes and they go ahead and, bring us what we need. God bless them. We always tip them too, because it's not, you know, an easy job. You know, they're coming up a flight of stairs with a pallet of heavy things. So, you know, it is some work. You know, they're doing all the heavy lifting. So we're, you know, just super grateful for that's even an option. Savings is getting 100. So now we will have, I think, $300 in savings, right? Let me see here. So yes, these are the $200 that I have not spent. Okay. So now we have $300, 1, 2, and 3 for the savings, which is super exciting. Because that was not the case, right? I was dipping into the savings to cover some expenses. We're not doing that today. But I will say I'm going to skip the savings for next week because we have to tackle some really big things going forward. It's March, so there's just a lot coming up. Now I am going to stuff the chase today as well, but we're going to hold off on that and we're going to get to the next binder. Okay, so for the quote-unquote fun binder, or my sinking funds binder, we have $95 going to birthday. Y'all, I cannot believe how fast we are getting to April. So this was just something that was super necessary. We have 50, 70, 90, and 95, right? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95. Okay, now for birthdays, we have 50, 100, 150, 200, 2, 4, 6, 8, 300, 310, 320, 330, 335, 340, 345, 350. $350 for birthday. That's so freaking exciting. We haven't hit my goal yet for this, so we're so close though. I'm just gonna update this to reflect 350. Whoop whoop. Next we have gifts. So this is the last payment of this gift that I had gotten my friend. So it's 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. Woo! The final payment. And then that'll be it for my paying for, you know, habit. Yeah, I've been tempted to buy more things and use, you know, the Klarna, the Zip, or, you know, all the other ones, the Affirm, but I've stayed, you know, but I've stuck to my guns and said, nope, take care of this business first. You have other things going on. And I really do have so much going on right now. Ugh. If you can see here in tiny print. That's always funny when people are like, oh, sorry, I'm using a different pen color or something like that. It's like, girl, I can't even see what you're writing down. My eyes have aged to where, no, I'm going to need like bifocals to see what you're writing down. So that makes no difference to me. But we are going to be adding $343 to taxes. Dun dun dun. The taxes are coming. They are going to be due April 15th, right? That's like when taxes are normally due. But essentially, I only have so much left to tack on. Whoops. That was today's date. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be seeing as far as the IRS is concerned. There are rumblings that there are going to be delays when it comes to, because they were firing so many people, and they're like, actually, we need manpower to get out these you know, tax returns, right? So I'm not going to go into it because it just sends me into a rage. Okay, before I get into a tangent about everything, 340 and $3. 343 plus the 20 from before. Okay. 100, 200, 300, 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, and 3. All right. Y'all, I'm being extremely aggressive because I have monies to be paying for other things. And this tax is not going to be one of them for long. And I'm actually not going to pay quarterly taxes. I had planned to do that. I wanted to do that, but then something else came up. And actually, let me talk about it now while we're here. My partner is going to get some oral surgery next week, and this is really huge for them. It's huge for the both of us, to be honest. It's $25,000 overall, and they're not from here, so they don't have a lot of access line to credit. So we were in the office, and it was this whole thing, and I'm like, she had already did the sales pitch, and we were just there to just kind of compare prices. My partner had gone to another place already, and she did the spiel, and going through the numbers, and we already knew that this was coming, but we weren't expecting to like pull the trigger right away. But I can see how much my partner is suffering and how much they really do need this. So I said, let's just go ahead and go for it, and had her run my credit to see if I can get a loan. Well, I got one for $16,500 because we needed $20,000 just to cover the initial. So that if you had 20 grand, you can go ahead and start everything. They'll get the ball rolling. And it's a pretty reputable place. They have amazing reviews, amazing results. It's an award-winning doctor. He does an amazing job. It's not like we're buying something for nothing, it's really worth the investment, to be honest. And that's what it is, an investment into my partner's health. And so they can just move about the world more freely and live life more without worrying about, something that's really personal to them. I ended up co-signing and applying my $16,500 credit approval to the procedure. So that's why I'm not going to be doing the taxes quarterly, because I'm going to help my partner out as much as they're determined to pay it off, as soon as possible. I don't want them to take that on themselves. I love them so much that there's no way that I'm going to let them have this burden on their own. I do want it to be a shared burden, because at the end of the day, it's still in my name as well. So if something happens between us, I'm still liable for that, knock on wood. But it's still going to be in my name. So I'm going to help as much as I can going forward. So it's going to kind of switch a little things up, and I'm not worried about that. I'm actually very happy that I'm in a position where I can do that. I'm very grateful for that. So I just am so ready to be done with the taxes, get them done, and then we'll be able to rework the budget, and it'll reflect something new. And that's life. Your budget evolves because life is always changing. Life is moving always kind of different directions, and we're now just going with the flow and readjusting, so that way we don't look like Boo Boo the Fool. Right? Because some of us have been looking like Boo Boo the Fool for a minute. So we ain't doing that today. Let's go ahead and count actually what I had in total. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 650, 700, 2, 4, 6, 8, 800, 820, 821, 822, 823. Wow. $823 going back to the state of New York. Y'all, now we have the Chase. Before I get into that, I really just want to take some time and just remind everyone that there is an Amazon boycott happening right now. It started on March 7th and it's going through March 14th, so about a week. And it's not just a boycott on Amazon, like the marketplace. It's everything Amazon touches, Whole Foods, and whatever else they have their tentacles in. Absolute boycott. Not participating. I know it's hard for people to cancel their Amazon Prime because people live out in like rural areas and they can't really get to some things, or some things are not really available. So it really is like, if you can do what you can, just do that, please. Something is better than nothing. Okay, now for the Chase. For the Chase, we're going to add 100, 200, 220. So remembering that the Chase itself is something that we will be using for my trip to Atlantic City. All right. Right now we're doing pretty good, so I want to keep adding more and more as much as I can. I have to make sure that I'm updating this tracker. This is just like a one for like to remind me like, oh yeah, I did that already. What ended up happening was that I do keep track of everything separately. Like I have my notes app, I have a list for obviously how I'm going to do my cash stuffing, and then I have a list of the time frame of how I'm going to pay off the debt. And if I stay on track, I can be done with my debt by summer, which would be really, really exciting. Someone said, like it's nice to pay down debt, but if you're not giving it a timeline, then you are really just like prolonging the inevitable, and you just want to go ahead and give yourself a timeline so you can actually commit to getting rid of the debt. And that's what I wanted to do. So I'm tracking it. I'm making sure that I'm doing what I can. But again, this has been a very busy first part of the year for me. It just always happens that way because my birthday is on the 23rd, and shout out to Aries. And I have, the Stranger Things for Shadow on Broadway event coming up, and which is on April 5th. And then we're going away for Easter weekend for Bay's birthday in Atlantic City. And then, early May, I already told you about the Joe concert happening with my friend visiting. So as soon as I get past May, first week of May, I can start just focusing on helping pay off my partner's medical debt for their teeth. And second, start tackling some of these savings challenges that I've been waiting for. But, everything in its own time. It's good not to rush, just take it a day at a time and really just be grateful for what you got going on. And I'm super grateful for all of this, because without this, the progress would not be existed. I would still be in old habits, old ways. I'm fighting against that and learning and growing. And I hope that's what cash stuffing has been doing for you as well. And I hope my videos are inspiring you to continue on your journey and giving you all the encouragement that you need, because you really have this. It's in your control. There's more to be had when you sacrifice now versus later. Thank you all so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. I know there's so many things you could be doing with your time, so I'm super grateful that you decided to share some time with me here. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with someone you think that might like it. I hope you have a great, wonderful first part of your March. Of course, I will be back for my second cash stuffing of the month, but until then, take care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.